Hello fellow star citizens, it's Taurus here again. I'm sure most of you are already aware that you can insure personal weapons by now.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking.
You are clear to launch.
The method to do it has been well documented by many other YouTubers. I know this is a little bit controversial and that not all of us are actually keen on the idea that weapons can be duplicated through this quote-unquote insurance method. But it is what it is. And players can duplicate guns of any size right now as long as they have the correct weapon racks to do it. On that note, did you know that there are only 3 ships currently, as far as I'm aware, that allow you to store and duplicate size 3 weapons? They are the Crusader Star Lifter, either the M2 or the A2, basically any of the Star Lifters with an armory option. To find the armory, just head back from the bridge or left from the elevators depending where you start from. Enter into the auxiliary crew area, walk straight down to the armory. There you go. You can see how the Crusader Industries actually intended the A2s and M2s to be mobile arsenals. This is the total carrying capacity of the C2 and M2. Basically, you can store up to 24 size 0, what I call size 0 weapons. Basically, these are your multi-tools, med guns, and pistols. You can also store 8 size 1 and 2 rifles or submachine guns or LMGs in 2 racks, so that gives you a total of 16 slots for such weapons. And more importantly, and the thing that's really rare, that's not present in many other ships, are 2 or actually 4 visually size 3 slots for carrying things like missile launchers and railguns. Unfortunately, right now it does seem that only 2 are working and 2 are actually bugged out. But that's quite an arsenal of weapons. So for those of you who are not aware, after you have stored your preferred weapons on those racks, head back to a station or planet where you have an ASOP terminal.
Welcome.
Open the ASOP
The
terminal
ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
and store your ship. Once stored,
Please visit
open
us
up
again.
your
Goodbye.
vehicle loadout manager using a Mobiglass. Choose the M2 or the A2, whichever is your ship of choice. Change something, either a weapon or component, and save it. Some people recommend that you do it twice.
Your vehicle has been
I think it's
delivered.
enough. Once saved, call the ship again, head out of the armistice zone, and go back to your weapon racks. There, you should find your weapons all still intact. This is not surprising, as this has always been the case since at least 3.17 or 3.8 when persistence rolled out. But what's new here is that there seems to be a way to write to your vehicle database right now that includes information on what weapons it has been carrying in its racks. And this is really useful and really the key reason how weapon insurance and duplication actually is done. The weapons stored in the ship database actually persist even through claims, not just through storage. After you moved all the weapons from the racks and put them into your ship inventory, head back to a station or planet. Choose to repair the ship, and you'll find that you are now actually able to replace the weapons you've taken out of the racks using AUEC. Basically, you're buying those weapons. So technically it is not duplication. Do note that in this case that some of the weapons that are actually stored are missing. And I attribute this to actually problems with writing to the database due to high pendency. There's another ship to do this, and that's the Drake Corsair. It's the second ship that I currently know of that has a size 3 weapon rack. So to find the armory of the Corsair, head up either using the elevator or the rear cargo ramp. From the elevator, turn left, you're coming from the cargo ramp, just head straight through to this, after the mess, to the second section here. And on the left hand side, enter the armory. You actually have 2 dedicated slots for size 3 weapons and your usual 8 slots for size 1, size 2 weapons. So place your size 3 weapons, fill up your size 1, size 2 slots, and if you like, fill up your size 0 slots as well. Remember, the attachments that you put into guns are actually also saved. So this is really useful. There you go, totally filled out. The third ship, and also one of the latest ships to join the game, just shortly after the Drake Corsair, is the Drake Cutter. This nifty little ship was launched at the IAE in 2952, which is basically last year, and has quickly become the favorite of many players. Why would someone choose a ship that has a small weapons rack like the Cutter? Well, basically it's all about claim times. Anyway, so here am I repeating the process. Special thanks to starcitizen orc mate Raygig for this tip, and that is you actually have a little buffer when you exit the armistice zone while you're still within range of the station's local infantry. This is ideal because you can actually start manipulating weapons stored in your rack while at the same time still being able to access and draw from your local infantry, something you can't otherwise do. So here am I, speeding things up a little bit, getting hold of a chest piece so that I can carry 2 pieces of weapons at the same time versus 1 with just the usual flight loot, which is perfect in this scenario. Mr. Cutty has only 2 weapon slots, so my favorite FS9 can be loaded in. It's a favorite not because of any special capabilities, but because ammunition for this gun is ubiquitous. You can find it easily everywhere. And finally, loading in the weapon that makes the Cutty so special, a size 3 railgun. So here you go, 1 size 3 slot, 1 size 1 size 2 slot, and 2 size 0 slots. It's not a lot, but perfect for a single player, as most armor suits only allow you to carry 2 weapons anyway. Combine this with its quick claim times, it's really the ideal little ship to help players duplicate their weapons, as it allows players to self-destruct their ships after taking the weapons off the racks and respawning back to the starting point of their choice, after which they can respawn their cutter and repeat the process all over again. So here's a little bonus segment based on something that I had discovered while I was researching this video. If you actually go to a pad in one of the stations, you can actually repair your ship, which is something that everyone already knows, but for some reason you're actually able to manipulate your weapons on the rack just as you would outside the armistice zone, and that opens up many possibilities. Do be careful that if you somehow drop these weapons and not grab them correctly or equip them correctly and they land on the floor, you actually can't pick them up unless you head off the armistice zone again. So this is an important caveat to bear in mind. But as you can see here, speed up as usual, you're still able to take the weapons off the rack, go back to your vehicle maintenance menu and quote-unquote repair the ship to replace the weapons that have been removed. There you go. They're back here. Rinse and repeat. So this is a quick way if you really want to duplicate your favorite weapons and their loadouts. Alright, I hope you found this video useful. Please like and subscribe. This is Starus, signing out. Have a great day.